during the civil rights movement that former Mayor Marion Barry won home rule for the District of Columbia in what was the original Free DC campaign. Our movement now is named in honor of that campaign because we know that our struggle is connected to the struggle of the original residents of the district who had their rights and power taken away, to our ancestors who won home rule for DC 50 years ago, and to the threat that we face now. The good news is people in DC are rising up. Over the last 3 weeks, we've seen our community members go on walking patrols at night to warn one another about ICE. We've seen neighbors blockade checkpoints to direct traffic away and keep people safe. We've seen our neighbors heckle these agents and make it clear that they're not welcome. And on Saturday, we saw tens of thousands of people in the streets who are united in making it clear that DC does not want this occupation. And DC does not want this occupation no matter what our mayor says. What we're all witnessing now is a time when we have an important choice to make. Just like you all walked out today, this morning, we are all going to face a choice of whether to continue to tolerate this administration's agenda or if we are going to begin to not cooperate with it. That is what Free DC is building, and that is what we are all united in fighting for, including you all who walked out today. I also want to say that in addition to the demands that I've heard you all make to the administration of the university, DC communities need our universities to be good partners in this moment. When these colleges and universities showcase the District of Columbia in their student brochures and advertise the incredible city that these universities are located in, they cannot continue to profit off the communities of the District of Columbia without the solidarity and being in solidarity with the community. If they are not in solidarity with DC communities right now, DC communities are not going to be in solidarity with them. I want to express gratitude to all of the organizers who are making this event happen today. Georgetown is only one of 4 universities that are hosting walkouts. Howard is happening in 5 minutes. Howard students are walking out. These students will walk out after lunch, and so will Americans. So I want you to say, up with liberation! Up with liberation! Down, down with occupation! Down, down with occupation! Free DC! Free DC! When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When our youth is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When our city is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When our campus is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When human rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! All right, next up we have Izzy from GU, immigrant rights. Go, Izzy! Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Hi everyone, thank you all for showing up today to fight against the Trump administration's authoritarian, unlawful, and entirely unnecessary takeover of the city that we have chosen as our home. My name is Izzy, and I'm speaking to you today not only as a student, but as a leader of Voice for Immigrant Rights. And I want to use my time today to remind us that the takeover, militarization, and occupation of DC is indeed an immigrant rights issue. The Metropolitan Police Department, which was previously barred from collaborating with ICE under the DC Sanctuary Values Law, is now actively collaborating with ICE, fueling mass deportations, insecurity, and fear in our communities. Since the federal takeover of DC, more than 500 detentions and deportations have taken place. More than 2,000 arrests have been made. According to a nonprofit worker who is seeing the effects of this occupation up close, people who are detained in D.C. are being transported to an overcrowded processing center in Chantilly, where they are subject to inhumane conditions. They are denied food, denied clean drinking water, denied showers, medical care, and access to legal counsel. People with final removal orders are being expeditiously sent to detention in Louisiana and then deported. It is all happening in a matter of days, and our partner organization who does detained adult work says they have never seen people deported at this speed. Many resistance narratives about the occupation of D.C. are highlighting the frivolousness of the National Guard's deployment. We see images of troops cleaning up trash and roaming around aimlessly. While this part of the narrative is important, we must center the attacks on our immigrant communities. This federalization is being used as a mechanism to terrorize D.C. immigrant communities, making our city more unsafe, more unstable, and more fashioned in the image of a white supremacist, fascist government. This is not the D.C. I have come to know as home. This is not the D.C. that I have come to know as beautiful. The strength and vibrancy of the city lies in its diversity and its interconnectedness. I would like to remind us all that although the cruelty and mass deportations we are observing are exceptional, the immigration system in this country has been built on an exploitative, exclusionary, and inhumane system. Throughout the history of the United States, immigrants have been demonized and labeled as an internal enemy in order for the state to consolidate.
Wow.
I know.
You know him?
Good morning. Hi, let me introduce myself. Lydia Sherman, VP of Communications.
Nice to meet you.
And you're with what outlet?
I'm freelance. So today I was supposed to be watching a post, but they got Marvin coming out here today. So I figured since I was on my way, I would just still hang out for a little bit.
So we are going to have a period of time where you guys can take some pictures and cover, and then we're going to ask you if you're going to stick around and move over to our place. It's like we are reminding folks this is a private campus and we're trying to minimize disruption, but definitely don't want to interfere with your ability to cover news of the day.
Now, do you know if there's like any other planned actions to like, I guess, coordinate with the other schools that are doing things?
Not
Okay.
Not sure.
And do you guys think that you're going to have like National Guard or ICE agents or any other federal law?
Not in
How you been?
Good, how about you?
I can't complain. How's Georgetown?
I still need to get through my class.
Okay. I'm Dan, Rosevictor for the Post. We've communicated before.
You got a lot of black kids in there?
How are you?
all things considered.
Yeah. A lot of change.
Wait, you work for Reuters now?
Yeah, today's actually my second day.
Oh, shit. Damn, Georgetown. Hey.
Yes.
Okay, period.
Yeah, literally.
Make some mistake.
Oh, it's on camera.
Yeah.
Georgetown University, this free DC, this sunrise, organized by ourselves as well. And I was thinking about what to say here. And I wanted to start with what's the difference between us, an American and GW in Georgetown, is that democracy died on our campus. The difference between us and those fools is that Kamala Harris lost on our campus. We were here, standing right over there, when she resigned from the election. It impacts us much more deeply than any of the other schools. I remember being there. I remember seeing that. I remember the loss of the hope in our student body. I remember people crying in towers and screaming. I remember all of that happening. And I think that really impacted us a lot as a campus. And we didn't even know then what we know now. Shaw has always been over-policed, gentrified. People have always been out here on the streets being impacted by the policies of DC, policies of the president. And now, more so than ever, we are in danger. There was a federal checkpoint in DC, in Shaw, on UN 14th Street, set up by the National Guard. Every day, I'm hearing stories of students being impacted by the police. Just this weekend, a Howard student was arrested, and we don't even know about that. And this has been a problem way before the federalization of DC. I knew about 2 students who were shot during homecoming last year, alumni. I know about a student who was arrested trying to take the bus last year just for not paying his fare. And I know none of y'all pay your fare. And that would not happen if he was not a Howard student. They didn't think they could make an example out of him. And I heard a similar story happen just this last week of another student arrested for not paying their fare on the bus. This issue has been impacting all of us, I know. I heard of a Howard party that was raided by police just last week. Students was brutalized. And none of us even know what's happening. I haven't heard the university say much about any of these issues. And today we're starting to try and fix that. Today we're starting to try and take a stand. I suspect students have heard stories about the administration expelling students. I know a story from last year about them going to a student's dorm and harassing them. And because of that, we might be afraid to do stuff like this, to walk out. And we wanted this to be less of a walkout and more of a town hall, more of a teaching, more of a way for people to come here and tell y'all about what they know about the situation. People from student org, you have a professor, you have someone from Free DC. And I'm going to start by introducing our Free DC person. Their name is Frankie, and they're going to come up here and talk to y'all a little bit about this situation. So can we have a round of applause? Frankie, please come up here. We have about 5 to 6 speakers lined up for y'all over the course of the next hour. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing out. You can come sit on these blankets if you want. You can come chill and listen. But yeah, thank you so much, Frankie. All right, y'all. Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your courage. Thank you for being out today. For all of those who came out of class to stand on the lawn in solidarity with your classmates, with the residents of DC, because what is happening right now is not normal. I want y'all to know what is happening in our city is not normal. DC right now is occupied. We have federal forces, the ATF, the FBI, the DEA swarming our streets. And it's not okay. It is not okay. And so we at Free DC, we at Harriet's Wildest Dreams, we are fighting against authoritarian rule, and we need the young folks with us. We need college students with us, because the only way we are going to get free is if we do it together. The only way we can see freedom is if we care about the person to the left and the right of us. So when I ask you, I want you to dig down deep. Who keeps you safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
By a show of hands, raise your hand if you've seen federal forces in our city. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Overwhelming hands. Raise your hand if you've been stopped by police in DC. Okay, a little better, a little better. But the point that I'm making is that we cannot normalize this. We cannot stand idly by. Raise your hand if you know what to do when you're stopped by police. What should you say? Can someone shout it out? Am I free to go? Repeat after me. Am I free to go?
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 And you don't consent to a search. So if I leave y'all with anything here today, it's that you have to make sure you know your rights. Be good upstanders. The first thing you should always ask is, am I free to go? If they say you're free to go, walk away. You don't have to say anything else. Do not consent to a search. Do not talk to police, because cops lie. Cops lie. And I'm going to turn it back over to our moderator. I will come back up periodically to give y'all some tips and tricks. But again, thank y'all for being out here today. It is up to all of us. Woo. Thank you, Frankie. Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Thank you so much. Next up, we have a speaker from the Howard University Students for Justice in Palestine, who's going to speak to you a bit as well. Once again, if you want to speak, if you have anything you want to say, a story you want to share to the crowd, anything you think needs to be imparted to the university students here today, we're going to be standing over here. You can come speak to me and tell me a bit about what you want to say. We want this to be an open forum for students as well. We don't want to just be us here giving you knowledge. Everybody here has knowledge to give. Everybody here has a story to tell. So please come over and speak to us as well. Thank you all so much for coming again. And yeah, I'm going to introduce Andres.
Can everyone hear me?
A little louder.
Hello? Can we hear me now?
A little louder. Speak into it. Speak into it.
Alright, this feels very official. Never used one of these things before, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm going to start off with a little chant. For some here, it may not seem relevant to the situation, but to those who know, an occupation here is the same things that we're seeing happening in the occupation of Palestine. So, free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Free, free!
Palestine.
Alright, good. I like the energy here. So I just want to thank everyone here for coming and taking time out of your day to make your voices heard. And it just fills me with so much joy and solidarity seeing the amount of people that are here right now at Howard University. Currently we are standing in the face of so much adversity throughout our city, throughout our country. Over the last 8 months we have seen families ripped apart by ICE agents, mass. We have seen immigrants brutalizing we have seen our fellow students punished for exercising their First Amendment rights. And now what seems to be another escalation in the Trump administration's continuing fascist agenda, we are now seeing National Guard troops stationed throughout our city. We are seeing federal and local police stationed throughout our city. And now Trump is threatened to go after other cities besides DC, including Chicago and New York. They say this is for stopping crime, but we know that's not true. They say it is for the good of our city, but we know that's not true. They say it's for our safety, but we know that's not true. Increased policing has never been the solution to crime. Our city is fine without fascists running through it, and these pigs don't keep us safe. We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
It may seem like we are fighting an uphill battle, but we cannot let that discourage us. Evil has taken many forms throughout history, whether it be fascism, colonialism, imperialism, racism, sexism. But throughout its lifetime, evil plays many cards to stay alive. But the final card evil will always play is to make you and me think that nothing can be done to stop it. If that happens, if we believe that we can't stop it, then evil wins. It doesn't matter even if it's on its last legs. If none of us think we can stop it, it will win. That is why even if you may feel tired, even if you don't know where this path will take us, even if it is out of spite, it is up to us to keep this momentum going and to keep hope alive so that evil can't win. In our cynical world, we are taught that hope is a weakness, but that is not true. Hope is powerful. Hope is liberation. Hope is revolutionary. And I know that hope is alive because each and every one of you are here. You are taking time out of your day to make your school hear your voice. Howard University must not comply with the Trump administration and their fascist agenda. Howard University must not even be silent, because silence in the face of adversity is complicity. We are asking the most basic demands that a school should do for its students and for its staff. We are asking for a sanctuary campus. We are asking for ICE off our campus. We are asking for a refusal to cower and fear this administration. We are asking for a refusal to comply with federal and fascist agents. We are asking for protections for speech and for funding for the students and staff of this school. We are demanding that our school, the place where our ancestors fought with blood so that we have a place to learn in peace, performs its most basic duty and protects its students and staff. I want to end on this note. Nihilism is easy, but hope is harder. But I'm choosing to have hope that things will change, so as long as we keep fighting. Even if it is for a change that I won't see in my lifetime. Even if this is for something that won't materialize in our present. Even if it is fighting for a sunrise that I know I will never see. I still have hope. Hope that maybe the next generation, or the next, or the next, will see that change. That hope is enough for me. For as long as the spark of hope is alive, you can use it to ignite the flames that will allow you to see even in the darkest of times. Keep hope alive. Thank you.
Thank you once again to the speaker who just spoke. When I say free, you say DC. Free!
DC!
Free!
DC!
When I say free Howard, you say free Howard. Free!
Howard!
Free!
Howard!
Thank you all so much. We know that this issue extends beyond us. Did you all know that 3 students lost their visas last semester? What has the university said about that? Do we know who those students are? No. This issue is going to continue. Who knows how many more students are going to lose their visas this semester? Who knows how the international students are being impacted? We need to speak to them. We need to speak for them. I remember someone told me they were talking to an international student who said they were afraid to even speak about their experience. That is the culture we're living in. That is the campus that we are living in. Immigrants are being taken off the streets. People who are here legally are being taken off the streets. I know people who have seen this stuff happen right in Shaw University, Shaw neighborhood. And I'm going to have a speaker who wanted to speak about their experience living in Florida, seeing alligator Alcatraz. So everyone give a round of applause for our next speaker.
Like she said, I'm from Florida, and the atrocities that are taking place in my state are inexcusable. People are being locked in cages like animals. And if people are paying attention to the news, it is now legal for you to be stopped based off of the language you speak and the color of your skin. This is abhorrent behavior of a government that's supposed to protect us. But we all know that was never the case. In historical context, this poem by Langston Hughes was used to describe an America that has fallen short of all that it's supposed to be. And I believe it is still relevant today. Let America be America again. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plane, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dreamer's dream. Let it be the great, strong land of love, where never kings connive or pirates scheme, that any man be crushed by one love. It was never America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic grief, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark, and who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart. I am the Negro bearing slavery's scars. I am the red man driven from the land. I am the immigrant clutching the hope I seek and finding only the same old stupid plan of dog eat dog, of mighty crush the weak. I am the young man full of strength and hope, tangled in that ancient endless chain of profit, power, gain, of grab the land, of grab the gold, of grab the ways of satisfying need, of work the men, of take the pay, of owning everything for one's own greed. I am the farmer, bondsman to the soil. I am the worker's soul to the machine. I am the Negro servant to you all. I am the people, humble, hungry, mean. Hungry yet today despite the dream, beaten yet today, oh pioneers. I am the man who never got ahead, the poorest worker bartered through the years. Yet I'm the one who dreamt our basic dream in the old world while still a serf of kings, who dreamt a dream so strong, so brave, so true, that even yet its mighty daring sings in every brick and stone, in every furrowed turn, that made America the land it has become. Oh, I'm the man who sailed those early seas in search of what I meant to be my home. For I'm the one who left dark Ireland's shore in Poland's plain and England's grassy lea, and torn from black Africa's strand, I came to build a homeland of the free. The free? Who said the free? Not me. Surely not me. The millions on relief today, the millions shot down when we strike, the millions who have nothing for our pay, for all the dreams we've dreamed and all the songs we've sung and all the hopes we've held and all the flags we've hung. The millions who have nothing for our pay, except the dream that's almost dead today. We are living in a world where we are not safe, where who you are makes you a target. You have a target on your back and there's a gun trained at your head everywhere you go. And as someone just said, occupation here is occupation everywhere, in Congo, in Palestine. We are targeting indigenous Americans. This is their land. We are targeting black African Americans. We didn't choose to be here. We are targeting immigrants who are building this nation in the first place. If you want to deport someone, deport Melania Trump. How does she have an Einstein visa when she is farthest from a genius? Why are we in fear for being who we are on America, the land of the free? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that speaker who just spoke. By the way, that was someone who just came up to me and asked to speak. That was a student here today who was brave enough to use their voice to try and make even a little bit of a change here in the minds of everyone here today. Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe.
Free, free, DC.
Free, free, DC.
Free, free, Howard.
Free, free, Howard.
Next speaker is a representative from Kujima, which is a revolutionary Activism organization. They're coming up here to speak to you all as well. And also, after the speaker, we are going to come up here and give you a little bit more about why are we here today. How are we going to continue after this walkout? Because it doesn't just stop here. Did it start here?
No.
Did we start this?
No.
But it's not going to stop here. So thank you all so much. I'm going to hand it off to the next speaker.
Hello, y'all. Can y'all hear me? All right, now y'all good?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome.
Press the button.
Okay. It can't be right.
Just let it hang free.
Excuse me.
Just let it hang.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we good. Thank you. All right, y'all. Welcome. Hello. So, given you are here, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page about being against the federalization of D.C. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page about being against Howard capitulating to ICE. Am I correct? We're all against letting MPD on campus or calling MPD on the students themselves. We're all against Howard refusing to let their students freely express their disappointment with the institution, yada yada. So I don't think I need to draw those lines today. I don't think I need to draw the lines of how this is all connected to Howard's military contracts that see Howard research being used to develop tech to kill Palestinians, and Howard's general connections to the white supremacist institution and all that by forming the next generation of black capitalists. We all go here, we all know this, so I don't think I have to talk to you about that today. Instead, I'm going to talk to you about my Howard experience and what I think about Howard culture. Trust me, it's relevant. Between my freshman and sophomore years, I've been harassed by Howard police 6 times and MPD once. That's 7 times in 2 years. One of which was the very first day I spent as a freshman on campus. Another one of these times, I was held against the wall by my neck in my own dorm building. Multiple times these police have put their hands on me, and you know what I did about it? Absolutely nothing. Because what would happen if I did say something? The revolutionary communities that address everything on campus get active. Howard slanders the movement, maybe says it was started by outsiders, whatever that means. But no one sees justice, and no one is held accountable. Campus culture was not one where the student body at large would support me. So I regularly still see students today with Starbucks. Campus culture here is one that lets the administration get away with whatever as long as our perfect little elitist experience isn't ruined. So I say, what happens when ICE comes and grabs a student? Or when any of these over a dozen policing institutions randomly arrest someone? Or when the next student is targeted for speaking out? Will the campus culture be one of complete outrage in support for the folks targeted? Or will we continue to get our Starbucks? When folks see someone on campus being harassed by cops, will we be unified enough in our politics to step in? I think it's time we stop asking these questions and start becoming the answer. We want Howard to be a sanctuary campus. We want admin to respect our right to free speech. And we want Howard to at least put out a statement or something opposing the federal takeover. But we also know that Howard won't do that because admin suddenly had a change of heart. That's not how this works. They are cold, calculated, greedy, unempathetic, yada yada. So, instead of appealing to this non-existent humanity, let's appeal to something we know is of importance to them. Howard's image. If we can wrangle the culture back from its current state, get students to see Howard for what it truly is, get students to care more about the federal takeover than whoever's performing in that building over there this year, get social media flooded with Howard's failures, not just coming from revolutionaries, but the student body at large. who knows how much more bargaining power we'll hold. I know if I was a donator, I wouldn't give my money to an institution getting dragged 24/7. Yes, it is nowhere near that simple. Changing the culture isn't the solution. It won't get ICE off our campuses. It won't stop Howard from targeting whoever they want. It won't get the feds off the street of DC. But what it will do is give us the cover of truth. Because as long as they can keep us small, they can target us. As long as the majority of us are willing to go about our day-to-day lives, they can ignore us. And as long as students are willfully ignorant of the fact that these streets just got a lot more dangerous, Howard can continue to pretend that there is no problem. So, I'd like to give a little homework to anyone willing to participate. Make some art critiquing Howard's silence on the federalization of DC and pass it out on campus. Write a poem about how students expelled for speaking out could be any one of us here today and put it on lampposts everywhere. Write an essay about how Howard letting ICE set up a table in the School of Business last year was a betrayal of every single student who goes to this campus. Because for us to have any leverage against this institution, we need the masses to be tapped into truth and on board with the cause. To put it shortly, we need to take the culture back from Howard. Take it back from the hands of individualism and apathy and remind people that there are things worth fighting for. And I honestly believe a continued presence of dialogue about these issues are critical of the situation we're in, and any manner of keeping the problems in people's faces is better than what we're doing right now. So despite what not here, this is amazing, on the day-to-day on campus at all. So despite what I said earlier, I do, in a way, think that yelling, whining, and screaming all the time will eventually help us reach our goals of making Howard a sanctuary campus, of getting admin to refuse cooperation with the occupation of DC, and protecting free speech on campus. Because for the admin to care about any of those things, the pressure needs to be coming from everyone we can get on board on campus and off campus, not just those of us here today. And if any of y'all agree with that, I look forward to seeing how you will help us win back the culture here at Howard University.
Another round of applause for that speaker, everybody. I want to commemorate that speaker on how brave it is to come up here and speak about your interactions with the police. Speak about how you've been persecuted. It can be difficult to share those things together with us. Okay, hi helicopter. We all want safety on this campus. But we know that this neighborhood isn't safe for us. We know this campus can't be safe for us. But you know who does keep us safe? We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe? We keep us safe. And thank you all the Howard students here today for walking out of class. Class is important, it's why we're here, but sometimes we need to take a stand. Sometimes we need to come out here and listen to the truths of people who are experiencing the issues that we want to fight about. We're walking out of class into the yard. 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 We're walking out into freedom. Walking out into freedom. Walking out into freedom. Our next speaker is a freshman who wanted to speak as well. Wanted to speak about their experience, his experience here on campus. Just getting here, baby bison. So a round of applause for this speaker.
As our lovely organizer shared, I just got here. And I came to DC at a terrible time. But I wanted to say that the foundations of this being possible, the federalization of DC, and the targeting of students that look like me, that inhabit this campus, did not start and will not end with this president. We need to recognize the ways that our mindless support of the state, even when the Oval Office has a man that has our skin tone in it, how we are always capable of being marginalized in this way. I came to this school because I was told that I have the rest of my life to be a minority, and I can have these 4 years to be a part of the majority. When did being a part of the majority, when did community mean scapegoating people just like us, mean allowing our state to inhabit our school, meaning cooperating with militaristic efforts in the name of black equality? What happened to liberation? Howard is such a beautiful place because we have all of these beautiful black people that want to make a change and have all of these lovely resources. And then we have a Chick-fil-A. And then we have bison bucks at the Starbucks. And then we have all of these things undermining the things that we say all the time about black unity and liberation, about equality and people's voices being heard, while people are being killed, while people with dark skin are being killed by these corporations. For these next 4 years of my education, I'm going to have to be in DC. For class of 29, for all of these baby bison, we have to be in DC. We have to be here. But the thing is, when this president is gone, we are still in the US. When this president is gone, all of his lackeys, ICE, the police, they don't leave with him. It is up to us to ensure that this fight doesn't end when the face of this violence changes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Baby Bison, for speaking. Literally brave. Once again, just came up to me, asked to speak, asked to share his voice with y'all today. We're out of the classroom.
Into the yard.
Yeah. Out of the classroom.
Into the yard.
And like you said, this is just the start. I want to remind everybody here today that even though these issues, over-policing, students being harassed, they didn't start here. But also, we're living in a completely different DC than any other student has ever lived in. When has any other student had to live in a DC that's been occupied by the federal government? What is our university doing to protect us from this new and unprecedented times? That is why we are here today. That is why y'all are here today. Because we know that we can't just go to class, go about our daily lives, knowing that at any time we might have to face the National Guard, face ICE, face our fellow peers being persecuted by these institutions. It has been happening. It will continue to happen. And that is why our next speaker is going to be a professor who wants to talk to you all about this issue as well in the English department. We want to show solidarity between us and our professors. Our professors are also here to protect us. Yep. Us students, of course, are the center of student activism, but a lot of what we do couldn't be done without our mentors, without the professors who are here to support us. So I would like to give a round of applause for Professor Hampton. And have him come up and speak to you all.
I'm about to see if I can get this. All right, can y'all hear me? Louder. All right. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Thank you all for coming out. My name is Professor Cyrus Hampton of the Department of Literature and Writing, formerly the Department of English. I'm a senior lecturer. I'm also a longtime volunteer with the non-tenure track faculty union. I'm a graduate of Howard University, class of 06, and I am very proud to be back here, even when we are faced with these disappointing and hurtful times. I prepared a couple words. Let's see
if I can get enough hands to hold everything. There's a lot to be said about the world we live in now. The world is always a hard place to live, but this is not a comforting time for y'all to become adults in. Globally, our environment continues to be imperiled by corporate greed, despite all of us having known about the growing danger for years. We are witnessing multiple genocides. In Palestine, U.S. money goes towards funding the use of U.S. weapons against Palestinian civilians. We see live video daily, but our leaders refuse to acknowledge the genocide of the Palestinian people or our nation's complicity in it. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, millions of lives have been lost, all in the name of cheap access to minerals for the benefit of Western technology companies. To learn about the devastation in the DRC or in multiple other countries, you have to go searching. The U.S. media isn't interested in going into detail about these events, about this death, about this suffering. Globally, fascism is on the rise. The hyper-wealthy use division to turn working people against one another. Corporatist capitalism is giving way to neo-feudalism and neo-monarchist billionaire classes. In the U.S., we have an authoritarian, neo-monarchist billionaire president who has surrounded himself with his fellow billionaires, monarchists, and fascist lackeys. We are witnessing the dismantling of even the trappings of democracy, while our news media focuses on Gavin Newsom's latest singers, Taylor Swift's engagement, and the latest Love Island drama. It's hard to know what to do when ICE is kidnapping people with impunity. The president is talking about leasing abductees from concentration camps back to their employers, and soldiers and federal agents are stalking the streets of our capital. All of that brings us back here to our little campus. There is no doubt that the people with power over this campus find themselves between a rock and a hard place. Howard University is heavily reliant on public funding, which has always made it an easy target for racist politicians. With the university exposed in the way it is, with our campus, our funding, and our future under the burning eye of an authoritarian president, I could almost forgive the folks over in the A building for bowing down ahead of time. Almost. Historians tell us you cannot give in to the authoritarian preemptively. You can't give in before they force you to give in. They will always want more than you can give. But again, the folks in the A building, are tasked with protecting the legacy of this university. If they don't already have the power to fight back, how do they not give in? I wish I had an answer for them and for us right now. I don't. I don't know exactly what we should do next. I have questions, I have thoughts, I have ideas, but I don't know exactly what we need, what the university needs, what the country needs, what the world needs. Something I do know, though, is about our legacy. We are on a storied campus. We have inherited so much history from those thinkers and activists who paved the way ahead of us. But this feeling of being trapped, this situation where it looks like our only choice is to bow down, that is also a part of our legacy. It is the legacy handed to us by our so-called leaders, by generations of Howard University presidents and Howard University trustee boards. This university has some beautiful things in its history, but everything of value that has been achieved on this campus was done by students, faculty, and staff. And it was often done in spite of the supposed leadership of this campus. I get angry with the folks in the A building. I've had a long relationship with Howard, and I've seen a lot of nasty things come out of that A building. sealed off safely in their offices with their big salaries and their big titles. I've seen deans, provosts, and presidents ignore students' well-being or even be spiteful and cruel towards students. Truth and service. That's what we're supposed to give y'all. I cannot honestly say that we reliably do. We are here right now, trapped and without options because of the legacy of our leaders. Our leaders are what they are. I have sympathies and I have my criticisms. They are trapped in the things they have built. So because they are trapped, I am much more interested in y'all and what legacy you might leave. Y'all are insightful, revolutionary, passionate, kind, and loving. Despite that, you and I are not safe from becoming what they are. But how could this group we have here now, this group of insightful, revolutionary, passionate, kind, and loving young people, how could y'all become like the people in those offices in the A building? Overconfident, lost, spiteful, uncaring. It seems like an unbridgeable gap. It's hard to imagine y'all becoming like them. Selfishly, I don't want to imagine y'all becoming like them. But if we want to avoid following their path, we have to accept that it's possible. It's possible because they too were once young. They too were probably passionate, insightful, maybe even revolutionary. Some of them were all of those things on this campus. If we are going to do something different, it starts with imagining them in their day, out on the yard, just like we are now. I just talked about this with my students last week, so if any of y'all are out here, my apologies for being a little bit of a broken record. But if we're going to find a way forward, I think we have to recognize the errors of the past and recognize how easily we could make those same mistakes. I want to believe that I couldn't be like the people with the power right now, but I could be, and I am, every time I take the easy path, every time I convince myself that the only choice is the one that is cruel but familiar. The frightening truth is that our actions today define who we are and who we can be. It's not what's in your heart, it's not how smart you are or how much you care, it's what you do with your mind and your body right now. For revolution to exist, revolution has to exist in the way we work, fight, and love right now. That's because what we do today teaches us and trains us for who we will be tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. It's a terrible lie that many good people have told themselves, that if I just get over this hill, if I just get through this door, I will finally be free to do good for people. So I'll do whatever it takes to get myself through that door. I will take the easy path, and I will allow myself to be unkind, to avert my eyes, to be vicious. And then, once I'm through that door, I'll change. But even on the easy path, getting through the door takes hard work, and it takes time. And having poured yourself into doing whatever you had to do, allowing yourself to be unkind, averting your eyes, being vicious, the person who makes it through that door will not be who you are today. Maybe it won't totally change you. Maybe you will still hold on to your dream. But everything you will have built will serve those forces that demanded you be unkind, selfish, and short-sighted. Your skills, your tools, your community you have built around yourself, and even what you see as possible or impossible will serve the door that kept you out, the wall that held it in place, and the master's house that it was built into. So, If striving for power and taking the path that power demands will poison us, what do we do? Last week at a teach-in that your fellow students put together, just like they put together this, Dr. Marcus Ford said something really valuable to our efforts that I don't think is discussed enough. And if Dr. Ford is here, I apologize if my paraphrasing is ham-fisted. When we are constrained in the way that we are now, when we are facing power and violence like we are now, we have to enact revolution in the little things. I think that we seldom hear people talk about revolution living in little things because, frankly, it doesn't sound like enough, especially now, especially when we see gangs of cops marching up and down Georgia Avenue, when our neighbors' loved ones are being snatched off the streets, when we see genocide beamed into our phones with up-to-the-minute updates. What does it matter what we do in little spaces when we're faced with that? Well, in front of me right now, I see present and future artists, engineers, lawyers, lawmakers, architects, actors, doctors, scientists, philosophers, business people. Business folks, y'all aren't off the hook either. In the work that you will do and in the work that you already do, you take little steps, little ideas, and little discoveries. You make them a part of something larger, and in doing so, you change the course of knowledge and thought and culture and the world. To take those little steps and make something new, however small it may seem, it takes a lot of hard work. You have to practice and hone your own skills. You have to build new ways of exploring and working. You have to build entire communities of colleagues, comrades, loved ones, and family members to support your work. If you take those little steps using the master's tools, you will rebuild the master's house. If you have spent your life appeasing power to the detriment of the many, even if the opportunity to help the many, help people, and help the world presents itself, you may not have the skills, the tools, the community, or the ability to take that opportunity. Our choices now make us who we are and who we can be. If we want to live in a different world, a better world, we better start practicing right now. I don't have a perfect answer for what we should do next. I have questions, I have thoughts, I have ideas. If any of you all have a perfect answer, we should get up here right away, please, please. But if you don't, I'm certain that you have questions, thoughts, and ideas. I'm almost done. With what we are up against, to have mostly just questions, thoughts, and ideas is scary. It doesn't feel fair. We aren't alone. We have decades, hundreds of years, thousands of years of knowledge passed to us to use, and we need to use that. That's why you're here right now. But even with that, it doesn't feel fair. It's terrifying to say no when forces so powerful demand something. But we aren't yet trapped into the legacy of the master's house. And I hope and believe that even those who are in the master's house right now can choose to walk out and join us. Together, if we are honest, passionate, skeptical, careful, and radical, we can start a little conversation that leads to a larger conversation. We can create little ideas that lead to larger ideas. We can perform little actions that lead to larger actions. And when the opportunity presents itself, tomorrow, next week, next year, or during the lives of your grandchildren, we can grab the opportunity and we can cause transformative change. It is terribly frightening, but the time to start is right now. Y'all have probably heard, some of y'all have probably heard these words before, but I want y'all to repeat after me these words from Assata Shakur. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other and support each other.
We must love each other and support each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.